Hi, friends. I wanted to share with you today my thoughts on thoughts and prayers. This week, we have been rocked again by another public mass shooting. This is the second in 2 weeks. And behind it comes an outpouring of thoughts and prayers, which many of us get a bad taste in our mouth when we hear that. What good is it to offer thoughts and prayers if it's not going to change anything? I think that we get upset when we hear folks talk about thoughts and prayers sometimes because we think that it's in place of action. And in this case, we would think that it's in place of actions like gun reform or in place of deconstructing a culture of violence with maybe some special attention to how it resides in male culture. Prayer should never be in place of action. Let me repeat that. Prayer should never, ever, ever be in place of action. But it can be a call to action, much like a book or an anthem or a motivational speech might be. So, prayer, it's complicated, right? Okay, but in a nutshell, prayer is a vehicle, not the only vehicle, but a vehicle that you could use to feel connected to that which is larger than you or that which is beyond you. What do we mean when we say that which is larger than ourselves, that which is beyond us? What we mean is everything that's beyond self. So, myself is me, my body, my emotions, my knowledge, maybe my experience as it's just related to me, but not related to my relationships because my relationships are beyond me. They include me and other. So it's all of that other. It's all of life around us, whether that's other people, whether that's other people in other countries, whether that's other people in the past or in the future. It's all of life around us. It's our hopes, it's our dreams, it's our fears, because all of those things are based in our relationship with other. Okay, so prayer is a vehicle, not the vehicle, but a vehicle that helps us find that space that connects us, that names that connection to that which is greater than us or beyond us. And I want to give you an example of the feeling that underlies that. And I think the best way to do that is to give you an example of something that really wasn't put out intentionally as a prayer, but nonetheless, under other circumstances, some might perceive it as a prayer. So here's an example of that. Jay Hooper is an affiliated humanist clergy at First Unitarian Society in Minneapolis. One day last summer, Jay met with a woman, and she was very distressed and upset. This was right after George Floyd's murder, and this is in Minneapolis. She was afraid and feeling helpless and didn't know what was going to happen next in the community. And she was outraged by the events and grieving and just had this whole mix of things going on inside of her. And she asked Jay if Jay would pray for her. Jay was a bit taken back by this, and the internal dialogue going on was, does she remember I'm a humanist? Did I tell her I'm a humanist? And then all of the reasons why prayer shouldn't be anything that should be offered at this moment, how it couldn't be helpful. Then Jay paused and took a breath, realizing that though those things might be true for him, that this woman was needing something else in that moment. So Jay says, well, I'm a humanist, and we're not exactly known for prayer, but I would like to offer you my presence. And then Jay asked her to find a comfortable position, and he offered her some words. And I would like to offer them to you, but I'll ask you to find a comfortable position. And as I offer them to you, I'm offering them to you in words, in whatever form it is that you want to take them or receive them, as a prayer, as thoughts, as an invitation, as comfort, as two people connecting. Here are Jay's words. Let us take this moment to share and witness each other's life and greatness. May we honor the opportunity to share in the inherent worth and dignity of each other's knowledge and compassion. For this is a moment of deep concern that requires comfort and a practice of peace and compassion to confront our sorrows. Let us see in this moment that we are enough and that we are in this together. There is nothing that we cannot do if we work together for the good of one another. Let us be all we need in this moment. Jay's brief words offer us compassion and space for our grief alongside acknowledgement of our worth as individuals and the power of our connections through community to address whatever it is that lies before us. Whatever form you take to feel connected isn't as important as the practice of doing it and making sure that you're doing it with some intention. However you frame these things, they do have value, deep value. Naming our grief is important in the process of cultivating compassion. Naming our gratitude is important in cultivating happiness. And naming our own sense of helplessness in the realm of that great connection that we all share, naming that actually has the effect of lessening our sense of helplessness because we do remember then that we are connected and that we are not in this alone. And when we realize that, then we can move on to the action step. And those action steps then can bring into the world healing, transformation, change, peace, justice, and love. And to that I say, may it be so, and amen.